Hi, I'm Aaron Marcus, and welcome back to the 30-Day Challenge. Today, this is going to be a day about business. And what I want to share with you is information about taxes as well as the business end of the business. So for taxes, let me first make a statement. I'm not an accountant, not a CPA, can't give you tax advice, don't want to get arrested, just an actor in a commercial model, that's my trade. But what I can tell you is this: when you do a modeling job, there are no taxes taken out of your paycheck. So when you do get paid for a modeling job, and by the way, sometimes it can take up to 90 days to get paid for modeling jobs. I would never even think of calling my agent until after 90 days from doing the job. But when you do get that check, what you need to do is speak to either an accountant, a CPA, somebody who knows taxes and understands taxes, and make sure you know how much of that money you need to set aside in order to pay, whether it's Social Security, state taxes, city taxes, federal taxes, whatever it is. So that way you don't end up like I've known some very, very successful commercial models, who would get checks for $1,000, $3,000, $900, and they just spent it. And then all of a sudden, it's time to pay your taxes, and they didn't have the money. So make sure you do get that information and set aside the amount needed to take care of your taxes. Now, if you are a non-union actor, typically you're not going to have taxes taken out. If you are a union actor, taxes are automatically withheld, which is great, so you don't have to deal with any of that. So that's my little comment about taxes. Here's something else that I want to share with you just about the business. When you do a modeling job, there is a voucher, and in that voucher, basically it's the invoice, and it's a 3 color-coded copy. And actually, you can see a voucher. I believe it's on page 72 in my book, How to Become a Successful Commercial Model. I've got a sample of one. And actually, if you would like to get a copy of the book, you can click on the link below, and it'll take you right to that page. But every agency has their own voucher, but essentially they all say the same thing. 3 color-coded copies. You keep one, the agent gets one, and whoever is being invoiced for the job will get one as well. And it will have all kinds of information, the name of the photographer, your name, the hours that you worked, how much you got paid, things like that. So when you finish the job, make sure your agent gets a copy of the voucher right away, because that starts the billing process. And if you can, that's a good time to stop into your agent's office. Typically, you don't want to just walk into an agent's office and start talking about world events and things like that. But if you have a specific reason, especially if you're dropping off a voucher, that's great to do, because it's showing the agent that you are marketable and that you are making money for the agent. So when you get your voucher, what you want to do is this: have an envelope that will say the year that it is, and place that voucher in that little envelope. Then you will have another envelope that will say paid vouchers for that year. So when you do get paid, write on your voucher paid in full and date it, and then place it into the paid in full envelope. And you never throw your vouchers away, because some models, once they get paid, they toss the vouchers away because they figured, I don't need it anymore, they've already gotten paid. The problem is, let's say your ad was supposed to run for 12 months, and that will be stated on the voucher. Then, let's say 2 years later, and this does happen, 2 years later, 3 years later, somebody contacts you and says, hey, just wanted to let you know, I just saw your ad. Well, check out the magazine or the newspaper, make sure it really is you. And if it is, then what you need to do is go back to your envelope filled with vouchers and find out how long that ad was supposed to run. If it ran longer than the time that it was negotiated, now you can prove that you need to get paid again. If you don't have that voucher, you can't do that. The other thing that I do is, and you can do this either like in an Excel spreadsheet, I just use a 3-ring binder. It's simple, and I've been doing it that way for over 26 years. after every job in this plain sheet of paper, I will write the date, the name of the agent, the type of job that it was, if it's an ad, who the advertising agency was, the photographer or the production company, the makeup artist, all the details about the job. So that way, if you do need to go back and somebody says, hey, I saw that ad that you did, and you're thinking, well, I think I did that a couple of years ago, you can go to your 3-ring binder or your Excel spreadsheet, look up the date of that shoot, and then you can find the envelope that holds the voucher. And it's a really, really good system. So for your challenge, this is what I want you to do. Just find 2 regular business envelopes, and I want you to write on the outside vouchers. You can also do the same thing with production reports if it's a union acting job or any kind of acting job, if you were given some kind of production report. And then have another envelope that says paid vouchers or paid production reports or paid acting jobs. And also start your 3-ring binder. Or once again, do it in an Excel spreadsheet. And that's a great way to get started. It's a great way to stay organized, and it will make life a whole lot easier for you. And the other thing that's kind of neat too, you can go back from year to year and see how many jobs you've had that particular year. Have you gotten more work? Have you gotten less work? And it's very helpful to you. So anyhow, just wanted to share that with you. I'm Aaron Marcus, and I can't wait to talk with you again tomorrow.